this is a father bucket, this is a mother bucket, and since the last game, they had a baby bucket.
Hey YouTube, welcome to the Fantasy Football Show. I was totally unprepared. I hit go live and then I said, wait a minute, usually I do a countdown and I don't know what I was doing. But we're here.
Father bucket. They had a little baby bucket. Oh man, it's been a while since I've seen that.
Oh, Madden, yeah, the Madden clips are great.
Mm-hmm.
His stuff is classic. I have a few. I think I have a few others that I pulled, but the whole Gatorade bucket thing is great.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, definitely great.
So I'm going to start with sharing the standings. So I'm going to show you where we're at.
Just show it. Get it over with. Just show it. Get it over with.
So there's one 3-0 team. Zach Collects is 3-0, and there's one 0-3 team, but we won't discuss that.
No, that's me. Let's just discuss it. It's me. Let's get the cat out of the bag. It's me. I'm 0-3, but scroll down a little bit. What is my playoff percentage? Mine is at 9%.
9%, yes.
So the guy that's 3-0 has a 37% chance. How are you 3-0 and only have a 37% chance of making the playoffs?
I know. Let's say so. Chris, the comic. Let's see. The comic vet at 2-1 has the highest percentage.
You know what's crazy is the Ravens are playing the Bills. The Bills are going to win, and I'm playing Chris, the comic vet, this week.
Oh, okay.
I don't foresee my first win coming. It's not going to happen. This is one of those lineups where I was like, I'm looking who I'm playing, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to put the lineup in. Whatever happens, happens. I'm not even worried about it. I set it on Tuesday morning.
You got to get lucky. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, let's look up. Yeah, so this is the standings. So we've got a bunch of teams at 1 and 2. We've got 6 teams, and then 5 at 2 and 1.
No, 6.
Like I said, one at 3-0, 1 at 0-3. So, but
yeah,
still early on. We've got lots of football to play.
But if I want to have a chance, I need to win a game.
Yes.
Playoffs. Go sports.
What's that? Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Right on cue. But yeah, let's look at. Let me share the matchups for this week. Let me try to get to it. So I'm playing Brad.
Oh, good luck, man.
Yeah, no.
He just smoked me last weekend.
Yeah, so he's projected at 123 points. I'm at 111. So
hopefully it's close. You got Diggs, right?
Yeah, I'm hoping that he bounces back. He did not have a good game. I mean, he was cramping up and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. All right. Well, you projected wise, you actually are favorite against the comic vet.
Oh, somebody's sick or something. I don't know.
Now, Jackson, do we expect that
the City Custom Cash Card
Jackson will put up big numbers against the Bills defense or no?
I mean, to an extent, yeah. I mean, they've stopped him before, but I mean, how many starters they have coming back? They had 6 out last Sunday. So the good news is they got a full week of rest. It all really just depends on how many of their defenders that were out show up. And Josh Allen's going to throw for like 400 and some yards. The Ravens secondary is porous, very porous. Those rookies are not doing us any favors.
Well, maybe
Not
you
making
got to
any
get
favors.
into the shootout with the Bills, and get Jackson running some TDs in the end zone, and then maybe
If it's a shootout, we got a chance.
right.
If we are actually able to move the ball and score, then we have a chance.
Yeah, that's gonna be the big game, right? Because so Chris has got Allen, he's got Knox, he's got the Bills D.
And he's got the Bills kicker.
Oh, and the Bills, yeah, okay,
I
and
got
now
Justin
you've got
Tucker and I got Lamar Jackson. I
right.
benched the Ravens defense. Actually, I dropped them, I believe. So,
Let's see. Oh no, they're on your bench still.
oh, they're still there?
Yeah.
Oh, I dropped Cleveland. All right. Yes, everybody, that is Deshaun Watson on my bench, sitting there waiting for week 11.
Oh, all right. So Nick, the comic nerd, will not be joining us. It sounds like.
So Jalen Waddle is 6 points ahead of Tyreek Hill. They're sitting at receiver 4 and 5 right now in our league, in our scoring.
Yeah, let's look at the scoring. Rosko.
Hey, Rosko, how you feeling, man?
Yeah, hope you're doing well. I've seen some of the video from Florida. My daughter is in Orlando, but she was fine. She just got a ton of rain. A little bit of wind, but just I think they got like 12 inches of rain
Oh,
in like
my, that's a lot of
24
rain.
hours. So, but yeah, hopefully, I mean, we've got a ton of the community down in Florida, but checked in with a few people so far, and everybody seems to be okay. So hopefully, nothing crazy.
CGC says all their collectibles are good. I don't have anything there, so I'm good.
All right, so let's look at season totals.
Beckerman, join us.
Beckerman's in the chat and not joining us.
I know, right? Oh, now we're gonna peer pressure him into coming.
All right, so 1 and 2 are Jackson and Allen now.
Yes. Yeah, I think it doesn't really matter what format it is. Lamar Jackson is the number 1 fantasy player at all, like period, right now. Right now.
I drafted him last year.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I have him in my a league I run, and it's a keeper league, and I've had him since his rookie season.
Yeah, last year was a tough year. He was hurt. He was out a couple games. He got off to a bad start. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a weird. I was hoping, big things obviously for him because he can throw the ball. He rushes for touchdowns. So I figured, all right, he usually puts up, big passing numbers, but he just did not do well.
I need him to run for like 4 touchdowns, not throw them.
Right. Yeah. Get those extra points.
Those extra points, man.
Well, that's good to hear, Rosko. Hopefully not too much damage to the house. Nothing that can't, be repaired quickly, because I know you've had some recent issues with the house. So, have you ever used the website? It's Fantasy Nerds. It basically does it analyzes your lineup to give you the optimal lineup.
Oh no, I have not.
Yeah, I can share that. Let me share that. It's looking at it, it's a little it's going based on projections.
Mm-hmm.
So, but here's my lineup. Here's my team, and so you put in your entire roster, and then it will give you the best lineup based on. But like I said, it's really going based on projected points. So, and it will show you bench wise. But they also have a ranking. So if you want to see like a weekly ranking or weekly projections of quarterbacks. So yeah, there you go. Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson are 1 and 2.
Oh my.
Let's see, because you got Henry. All right, Henry's weekly ranked this week as 6th.
He can't get out of his own way, man. He's got 2 left feet this year.
Yeah,
I picked at 5 and he dropped to 5 and I thought I was the luckiest man on earth.
Yeah, that's one of those teams they've had a strange start. They just have not looked good, and yeah, their running game is not.
I hope they can get that straightened out because I need them to produce.
Yes, yeah, I
So,
need a big week out of Diggs to have any shot at beating Brad. So, but yeah, I figured I'd mention this because I know sometimes we get some questions from the chat about who to start over what. So this is one of the other resources that you can use. There's a few others if you do a search like fantasy lineup analyzer. There's a few. This is a free. You can put in one team for free, and like I said, it gives you all the different rankings, and then it will analyze your whatever your roster is. So pretty useful.
I'm doing it right now.
Yeah, Rosko, you've had a run of, right? You were sick prior to the surgery, and you had some stuff with the house prior to that. Now you've got the hurricane. Yeah, it's been a little unsettled for you. All right, yeah, we'll get you back next week. And now, TyloxTheMighty is going to do a Sunday show, kind of recapping Sundays. He's going to do a Sunday night stream to go over the week or the Sunday games. Anyway, we'll still have Monday night, but he's going to kind of check in on the league and go over all of the whatever went down on Sunday.
So everybody can see that I'm going to be 0-4.
Yeah, I'm worried about Brad's team. He's been putting up a lot of points.
Man, I tell you, like I was just one strong player away from getting Mark Andrews from him. And I sent him a really nice trade, and I needed to add a little more juice to it, and I think I could have got him. But now he ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, I'm looking. Brad's got the most points in the league. He's at points for. He's got 370, but he's so yeah. I've got my work cut out for me because the week I won. That's obviously the week I've scored the most points. But the other 2 weeks I've had under 100 points. So I need a big week.
All right. So how do I do this? Lineup analyzer. How do I import my roster? Do I have to make an account?
Yeah, I think you probably have to make an account.
Oh, man. You're going to make me do stuff. I don't want. I'm just kidding.
And who do you like tonight? So Miami, we've got Miami, and we looked at it. We said Tua is playing, and the Bengals are favored by 4 points.
I think Miami is going to come back down to earth tonight. And the Bengals are going to be looked at, but like, hey, where's this team been the first 3 weeks? 3 weeks. That's what they're going to say. Like, where you guys been? This is the team that went to the Super Bowl. Where you guys been? So,
right.
And they're finally going to show up, and I think they're going to do a very good job of withholding Tua. Tyreek Hill, you can't withhold Tyreek Hill. You can't.
Tylox is here.
Tylox is here. Tell him to get in here. We need the mullet.
Yeah, come join us. Unless he's working.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I think he works nights, maybe.
Yeah, I agree. Though I think Cincinnati's going to continue playing well off the Jet win over the Jets, and we'll see. We'll see. What Miami shows up. I mean, Tua was banged up last week. They had a big win over the Bills. They might be in for a letdown. Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, I heard somebody mention that today on sports radio about the uniforms, but I wasn't sure what they were color scheme was.
Who's that?
So the Bengals, looks like the Bengals have all white uniforms. Let me see if I can bring a picture of it up. Bengals. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Did you find it?
Yeah. Let's see.
So I'm not a premium member, so
yeah, you should be able to add on that site a single team.
it says but since it's ESPN, they're saying that you have to have a premium membership to go through that.
Oh, you can manually add your.
That's what I'm going
Yeah,
through.
yeah. So let's see, where is that? So there's the Bengals white.
I can get on board with that uniform.
Yeah, the black and white, that looks pretty good.
Yeah. Julio, got a trade question. Bring it, man.
Yeah, we're happy to.
So apparently Dolphins practice got recorded and leaked, according to Tylox. I don't think it really matters. Next thing you know, Bengals are losing draft picks because they're cheating. I was calling the new Belichick's.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say they called Bill up. Eckler,
Kirk Gallup. I trade
trade
to get Swift, Jamal Williams, Mike Williams, and Chris Godwin PPR. I would not do that.
Eckler's back. So I drafted Eckler in another league, and he's off. Where do I have him in? I'm confused on which league I have. Yeah, I have him in my other league. He's been off to a slow start, but I think I had him last year or the year before. He put up big numbers because he catches out of the backfield. Kind of.
Yeah, I mean, that whole team's off to a slow start. But as far as so why would you want, if you went back to that first trade, Jamal Williams and Swift, they're on the same team. You don't want the running backs from the same team unless you drafted one. Don't trade for them. Don't do that, because every week you're going to be like, which one do I play? Which one do I play?
Yeah,
which one do I play? And it's really like a bad thing. Mike Williams, now, granted, Keenan Allen's out, so he's going to get some points. But Chris Godwin, I mean, he's not back yet. And honestly, I don't know if you saw him in the first game. He did not look good. As of right now, I would not do that because Christian Kirk is about to go off on a consistent basis.
Yeah, I think Eckler, same thing. Like, he's not going to have multiple. He's had 3 okay weeks. I think he's going to at some point, put up a 30-point, a couple touchdowns, a couple, 7-8 catches out of the backfield, and 140 yards, 160 yards. He's going to put up one of those games. So.
Yeah, I mean, and plus Kirk has been putting up solid weeks. Trevor Lawrence is comfortable in that offense now, and they got a lot of stuff clicking. And Kirk is one of the go-to guys down there. I would hold off on that one. And what's the other one?
Yeah, because I think the Jag, like you said, the Jags seem to have figured it out now a little bit. Lawrence is second year,
and their defense is playing really well together. I mean, they're not setting the world on fire like the Cowboys and leading the league in sacks, or the Eagles getting 9 sacks in a game, but I mean, they're playing very well together, like as a team. They don't have a whole lot of defensive stars, I don't think.
They shut down the Chargers last week.
That was a huge surprise. That's what made me go pick them up. I actually wanted the Broncos, but Brad got them.
Eckler, Montgomery.
Lenny is Leonard Fournette, right? If you can trade Eckler and David Montgomery and Christian Kirk for Waddle, Leonard Fournette, and Singletary, I would do that.
Yeah, I think that
We might be telling the person you're trading with, but Khalil Herbert is going to take that job by the end of the year. Just like David Montgomery took it from Cohen, Herbert's going to take it from. I don't know how the Bears do this, but they always get that guy that can play all 3 downs and puts up crazy points. What do you think?
I mean, I think you've got. I don't think Waddle's going to slow down any.
No.
When I look at players, I'm always trying to look at who are the better teams in the league, right? You could pick up a starting running back on a bad team. He may not get the touches or may not have the offensive line. But, when I think of Singletary, he's been a little inconsistent through 3 weeks, but he's on a great team.
Waddle, I don't know if you think the Dolphins are great or not, but Waddle's on one of the very few undefeated teams left in the league.
Right.
So, and
right.
Leonard
and the way they played, I think they're going to put up numbers whether they win or lose. I think those receivers are going to put up, Tua and those receivers are going to put up numbers pretty much every week.
But Leonard Fournette, I mean, he's always going to be a guy that I think is going to get you like 10 to 15 in standard scoring. And that's, you might catch that week where he gets multiple touchdowns. But with that offense, with Tom Brady running that offense, and plus he has no wide receiver targets. I mean, Evans is back, but I mean, outside of him, I mean, all they got to do is shut Fournette down, and that's it. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Hence what Green Bay did.
All right, Kyle.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. We'd like to hear some of those stories sometime.
Yeah, I would.
I just watched a video, and it was probably only within the last couple weeks. They were interviewing Strahan, and they were talking about it was Michael Strahan, and he was talking about LT because they played together for a few seasons when LT, his last couple of years.
How many years did Strahan play?
So I guess Strahan came in just at the end of Taylor's career.
Wow.
So
I didn't think.
But he was saying like the coaches like basically LT could do whatever he wanted.
Yeah, it's LT. I mean,
yeah. I mean, it was just funny to hear it from him. But he did say, when he once the game, when it was game day, it was. He was no joke. He was ready to play.
I just think, and I mean, if you talk modern era, if you consider modern era as like the same years, almost the same years as the modern era in comic books, the modern era of football, like LT is the man. Like there's not another defender. I love Ray Lewis, but there is no other defender that can control a game like Lawrence Taylor did. None.
Oh yeah,
none. Zero. You gotta give that respect that man deserves because he was a monster. He was just
I mean he
pure
changed
athlete.
games. He could change a game, force a fumble, a sack, or he was just.
And I think it's even more than what J.J. Watt did in his early years in Houston. And Watt won freaking Defensive Player of the Year 3 times. So I still think LT was better.
So they crossed paths. So Strahan and Taylor only played together for 1 year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it was Taylor's, last year and Strahan's first, 1993.
I'm starting Tyler Boyd this week. I don't like any Bengals players on my fantasy teams. On one league that I'm in, it was an auto draft just because some guys, this was their first time in the league. So we did an auto draft, and it's only 8 people in the league. I ended up with Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. So stupid. But yeah, that's the only one.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to Tyler's matchup. Tylox. All right, he's got. So he's playing. He's got Beckerman this week. But Tylox has got Hurts, so he's got one of the hotter quarterbacks and hotter teams right now in the league.
Who's that?
Hurts.
Who's got Hurts?
Tylox.
Tylox?
Yeah.
I want to thank Tylox for making that trade before the season started with me. I traded him Ezekiel Elliott, and I got D-Bay Samuel.
So, yeah, actually, this is a pretty good matchup. Yeah, he's got.
Let's see. Alvin Kamara. Lan, you need to get off that train.
Yeah,
I don't
think New Orleans is going anywhere this year.
Unfortunately not.
I'm looking at his backup wide receivers: DJ Moore, Robert Woods.
Ooh, it's slim, but of course this is a 14-team league, man. It's always slim. But once you get to the bench, it's slim.
Yeah, I was really kind of hoping we were going to do a 12-team league, but we had so much interest because at least a 12-team league, then you got a little meat in the waiver wire.
There is a little meat, but now it's you best be handcuffing some people.
Yeah. You get an injury, or somebody go down, and it's tough to you're scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Oh, I'm telling you right now, if Lamar Jackson or Derrick Henry get hurt, I'm phoning the season in. It's done. Phoning it in. It's my team lives and dies on those two.
Let me, Kyle, I'll drop you the link if you want to jump in.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
There's our big Eagles fan in the community. He's a happy man right now. Eagles look good. I mean, even as a Giant fan, but it's strange. The Giants and Eagles don't play till much later in the season, and then they have like 2 games within like 4 or 5 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I think the last game of the season might be with the Eagles. So
my uncle is a huge Eagles fan. Such a huge Eagles fan that 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes after they won the Super Bowl, he ordered the Super Bowl ring.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But Penny surprised the crap out of me. I thought he was going to do very, very well.
Yeah, I think the Eagles haven't played Dallas yet. Giants games are usually pretty competitive. So
they got 4 tough games: Cowboys twice and Giants twice.
Yeah,
those are tough games.
Yeah, those division games, you never, they're usually very close. I mean, look at Miami Bills.
Mm-hmm. You never know.
Yeah, the projected scores are always a little, you can't really go by those because they never. There's weeks when I'll go back and look at it and say, all right, this player was projected to score 15, he scored 30, and then there's other times when he's projected, and he'll score, 5.
And you gotta stop looking at projections and just go with your gut at some point. Projections are good for like players that are just starting out or you've had like 1 year experience or something. And Rosko, come on, man, you got to give respect to where respect is due. I mean, I know.
Yeah, I mean, believe me, I Dallas I hate, and then the Eagles are probably right up there as a strong second. But yeah, the Eagles have played well. I can't deny that.
And I will say this: I will talk bad about the Dirty Birds, but it isn't the players on the field; it's the fans. Worst fans in the league. No offense, but I have seen them. I have seen them yell at a 12-year-old kid because he was wearing an Eli Manning jersey. It was not good. And it wasn't just one. It was like three or four guys,
Yeah.
grown men yelling at this kid because he's got an Eli Manning jersey on. It was a Giants-Eagles game in Philadelphia. And I was
that's one place I would not want to go see a game as a
visiting player.
fan. Yeah, no. I've been a few. I've been to Miami to see the Giants play Miami. I've been to Jacksonville. No issues. I've been to a Ranger game in Carolina. No issues. I would never go. Oh, if I did, I certainly would not wear any of my team's colors at Philly. Either the Philadelphia Phillies or an Eagle game or a Flyers game. I would not take part in that.
I wouldn't be able to enjoy. I wouldn't be able to enjoy the game. Honestly, I just wouldn't. And so me. But Comic Journey. Yes, it is the Bills' year. Anybody else that says that they are not the Super Bowl favorite right now are just diluting themselves, honestly. Right now, they are the favorite.
Oh, they have to be, yeah. Yeah.
They're just the favorite. And so it's theirs to lose. In my opinion, it's theirs to lose. So. Oof, Rosko. I mean, me personally, the best. I mean, if we're going off just the first 3 weeks, the best Super Bowl that a fan could hope for right now, just a regular football fan, is the Bills versus the Eagles. That would be the best Super Bowl, I believe, right now. Right now, we're talking 3 weeks, though. We got 14 more.
We got a lot of football to be played, yeah. But early on, no, I think Miami's been a surprise. Jacksonville's been a surprise in a good way. Cincinnati's been a surprise in a bad way. So I think we'll see tonight, right?
I'm happy for the Jets. I'm tired. I'm finally, they kept a head coach. They didn't fire him after 1 year.
This is true. Yeah.
I mean, you can't draft a rookie quarterback and say, "Oh, here's a different coach, different offensive coordinator every year." No, to play at the level they play, they need consistency.
Well, yeah, and I think that's why they gave even the Giants, Daniel Jones, they didn't pick up his option, but they gave him this season to really, he has to prove. Yeah, again, it's a new coach. He's had 3 coaches now?
3 or 4, I thought. Yeah.
So
in 4 years.
Right. And he played really well against Dallas. It was the rest of the team that didn't. Offensive line was terrible. The Giants' defensive line had no pressure.
Yeah, I mean, if you had to pick one thing that they need to fix offensively, as far as the Giants go, I would say it's their Swiss cheese offensive line.
Oh yeah, it's still their offensive line.
It's just that. I mean, you got somebody that's has the athlete like Saquon Barkley. He's making them look good. When if they were actually good, he would just be on another planet.
Oh yeah. And their defensive line, they have not had much pressure. The defense hasn't played bad, but
no, they played actually well. The defense has kept them and won them games.
But they need to get some more pressure on the QB. That's been what they haven't done.
I mean, yeah, because Rush did hit a couple deep throws. I mean, you got to get pressure and stop that stuff. You can't, can't let that happen.
But yeah, I'm sure people would sign up for an Eagles Bills Super Bowl right now.
Giants don't know. I'm on the fence with Daniel Jones. I don't hate him. I think he can be a good quarterback.
he certainly has the athletic skill. He can throw a deep ball. He's a pretty accurate passer. He's got legs. He can scramble. He can run. It's does he have the what it takes to read a defense and make the best play? I think that's still the question for him. He played really well. He played really well against Dallas. He just didn't have.
He had
stuff.
that one, the interception he threw it towards the end of the game, obviously. But,
right.
I mean, his receiver also fell down. So, I mean, is it really his fault? I mean.
Right. But they had a couple Galladay dropped a pass for a first down. There was a crazy interference call on offensive pass interference on Shepard before he got hurt. There was a couple strange things in that game that really didn't go their way, but
and just settling for one. And it's just like, well, the Browns, they finally did something. They kept a coach. And they stuck with Baker for a minute, and then they realized after 3 years, and they gave Baker 3 years, and after that, they were like, yeah, you're not the guy. And they think Deshaun Watson is.
I mean,
I will just say
Brissett has not played bad. I was surprised. I really didn't. I thought the Cleveland would not play as well as they have played so far.
True.
The fact that they have a new quarterback, they brought Watson in, he got suspended, and now they've got what ultimately will be his backup playing. They've played well, but they do have a great running game, and now they have the issue with Garrett now, right? They're saying Garrett got hurt. Yeah.
So yeah,
I saw a report today too. They were saying he may have been speeding or.
Oh, I know the initial report said there was no alcohol or drugs involved.
Yeah, which is good, but I think they were saying something about speed. Yeah.
Yeah. But just a tidbit about Deshaun Watson. I know I got him on my bench just in case when he comes back he does something. But all right, Houston Texans. The last year Deshaun Watson played for them, I believe he won 4 games.
Right.
The very next year when Deshaun Watson sat out, Davis Mills won 4 games with a worse defense.
Yeah, Watson.
Just throwing that out there.
Watson's last year, before he sat out, he did not have a very good year. He was very inconsistent.
He led the league in passing, but that's it. That's it. I mean,
here's Kyle.
Wow. Hello, sir.
Hello. Hey.
How's it going, Kyle?
Had a bit of a laugh because, like I said, I don't much follow football. I watch highlights now, but made me think of some old stuff. And I thought, well, if you want to see some old historical stuff, I can jump on for a few minutes and entertain you.
Of course.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see.
See some stuff with some old friends of mine. Here's a Christmas card I got from my neighbor. Used to live catty corner to me. That'd be Marvin Harrison.
Oh.
he was a pretty good receiver.
Yeah, he's kind of Hall of Famer.
He said pretty good.
I got tons of swag from the early 2000s teams. That's my buddy Aaron Moorhead. I did a lot of stuff with him through Special Olympics and things like that.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Speaking of guys I did stuff through Special Olympics with. He printed that on his computer at home. That's a UD Authentic card that they gave him to print out.
All right, I can run out real quick.
That's not a bad little card to have. Oh, that's just, I mean, I got boxes of cool stuff. I've given away so much of it. Here's a card I probably should just give away now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's been in the news a little bit lately.
Yeah. Yeah, he used to be fan friendly. Here's one of my random Marvin autographs, but
oh, that's cool.
Kind of loses a little luster when it's an autographics card, but it comes from him. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, Manning to Harrison, that was a
yeah,
pretty good combo.
And then some. Here's something you rarely, if ever, see. It's a team card of the 61 Packers, but it's not just the team card that everybody got. It's the team card from the photographers.
Oh, wow.
So this isn't even a general postcard. This only was given out in Green Bay by the guy who was the NFL documentarian back then. So.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Neat little grab there. Oh, let's go back through history. How about University of Pennsylvania football from 1905.
Oh, wow.
So that's 115 years. Then 1904 Boston football.
That's pretty cool.
Pre-1905, but not dated. But yeah, pre-1905. This one, on the other hand, is dated. It's a team from 1905. All this pre-NFL stuff.
Wow. Can't imagine playing football without a helmet.
Here's a newer one from 1910. And then an undated one, but gauging by the goalpost, the shoes, the ball he's holding, the fact that it's a clear back, so it's pre-1902. This is late 1890s with the original type of rugby-sized football and the cleats. So
that's crazy.
There's an 1890s, and then just for fun, while I got it sitting with it, here's an 1896 baseball player.
Is that a postcard too?
Yep. Or cabinet cards, if you will. And an 1896 basketball player when it was still a peach basket. So this is the early stages. The person who taught this guy how to play basketball invented basketball. Literally, of the people that those are. Then just things sitting there. 4 of the 5 card set of the first basketball cards ever mass produced. 1948 Topps minis.
Oh, wow.
Almost got that set. Yeah, we'll be back into football. Get into some newer stuff. Some 1912 original team photograph. Yeah. Pre-1910. There's your helmet and your jersey. Original photograph.
Yeah, that's a helmet.
And a team shot with what would eventually become the Canton Bulldogs.
Well, there it is, the first Gatorade bucket. Look.
I think it was just water in there, though.
And while I was grabbing sports stuff, I figured there'd be some hockey fans out there. Every chance I get, I pop these up in there. You know, sports, you know, Wayne Gretzky, and those are the two. Yeah. But of course, I have that because I'm probably the only person you guys know who has Wayne Gretzky's home address. So
very nice.
Had Peyton Manning's home address too till he moved, and that's a lot of my sports stuff. And then it was just sitting here, so I grabbed this Superman 1940 candy coupon.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
That's insanely rare.
That's crazy.
That's a little bit
of
history I got buried around here, so I don't want to distract you too much from fantasy football, but I figured you'd get it.
That's all right.
No, that's fine, man. I mean,
football.
Where was that? Where was that Superman card from?
Superman candy. It's a candy coupon. They actually did war ones too.
Wow, that's crazy. I've never seen that.
Not too many people have. I'm pretty sure there's more copies of Action Comics 1 than there are survivors of this.
Wow.
Though it's not as popular. So, but no, I just dug out a few sports related things. I thought, all right, here, we'll throw them up there. So unless you want to veer up into comics or something else, or you want to see any more crap. You want to talk music and comic books? I don't know if you guys have ever seen some of the stuff I got here. You guys music fans or
Yeah.
punk music? Anybody like The Clash?
Yeah.
That's
And I
one of
know
the
you like
original punk bands.
Yeah.
Well, and I know you like comic books. Well, Mick Jones from The Clash is a big comic book nerd.
That I didn't know.
And then I write for a publication out of London. And I'm acquainted with a few people there, and some of those people are acquainted with Mick Jones signing comic books. And he picked out that date to send this to me because that's the day that London Calling, the album, got released. So,
Oh, nice.
and got to reframe it soon. There's an original single and an original jukebox tab.
Oh, wow.
So
That is cool.
there's some music ephemera. Again, you want to go back to talking football? We could do that. You want me to dig out one things that you never see anywhere else? I can snag a box over my shoulder and do that.
Man, it looks like you just got a collection of history.
Yeah, big time. Big time. Books that go back almost 300 years, coins that go back over 3,000 years. Yeah.
Wow.
Music memorabilia that won't stop. One-on-one comic book stuff. And I'm just a poor social worker. Biding my time. So, yeah, you guys fans of DC Comics?
Of course.
You ever collect any treasuries back in the day? 70s treasuries?
I don't have any, but
I don't have
I've
any,
seen,
no.
some of a bunch of them that I'd like to get.
Are any of you very theological? You very religious
I am not.
or anti? Or do you find theology remotely interesting? Do you find Carmine Infantino interesting? We could come with that one.
I know I do some praying when I'm watching professional sports, though. I know I do.
Yes, always.
Yeah, I think it was week 1, the Giants coach, when the Titans were kicking their field goal, he grabbed his cross and rubbed it. And then, because they had him on camera and he was grabbing his cross.
Yeah.
So religion certainly does play a factor in sports.
Just something you want to see every day. Letters from the DC offices.
Oh, wow.
From Carmine Infantino to Shelley Mayer, who put this together. And that's the creative team from that. And then something I have
That's pretty cool.
are all of the entire rough pencil layouts to the entire issue.
Oh, wow.
Letters from him to Infantino. All the DC office photo stats of the originals with all the editor's notes on them. All the oversized photo stats
Oh, wow.
to the entire book. The only thing I don't have the original layouts to is Kubert's cover. Other than that, I've got the rest of it.
So how did you acquire those?
In a trade.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I had a printing plate for the last page of Sparkler Comics 42 with Tarzan by Bern Hogarth. And I traded it. So, yeah, just random things. That's just some random stuff.
That's pretty cool, man.
I don't see any other random neat stuff I got. I'm surrounded by it.
Yeah, it looks like
my library, and I got rooms full of it. So I don't know. I got too many people selling me dresses, and I'm a social butterfly. So
you keep in touch with Manning or Harrison or any of those guys?
No, they wouldn't. No. We all parted ways. Manning left town. I do keep in touch with Aaron Moorhead, but I mean, he got bored, coached football locally for a little bit after he left the team, and now I want to say he's an assistant coach at Vanderbilt now, but I thought he moved again. Now, people I am in touch with, like, the creative team on the new Teen Titans when they relaunched him in '80.
Mm-hmm.
Wolfman Perez and Romeo Tango. This is an anniversary present Romy sent us a couple of years ago. He put my wife's face on a Wonder Woman painting and made my wife Wonder Woman.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
An anniversary present for us.
That's one of one.
Yeah. Yeah, nice little annotation on the back. I got some original Hillary Bart already sent me. I got some old baseball gloves up there. Yeah, I don't know. Pick a topic. If you want to see something, I'll pull something out. You want to see Batman 15? That's
sure.
over the shoulder. I don't have connectors and things, but
we're making them work.
Yeah, I know, right? I saw that.
We got to get Comic Journey on. He can. We need to have him break down a football week for us one.
Oh, that's
cool. There's one for chits and giggles.
Oh, wow. Batman with the
gun.
The gun.
The machine gun. Yep.
So Barbarian asked you, Kyle, do you have any 60s Marvel sticker cards?
No. Seen them, passed on getting them over the years, but never actually got any. Any Cuppy fans? There's an original Cubs photo they used for a postcard later.
Oh, wow.
Geek Tyler, 36 Cubs. Milwaukee Brewer fans?
No.
Mm-mm.
Bob Euchre sent me this.
Oh, okay.
I don't think you need to be a Brewers fan to be a fan of Euchre, right?
Of Mr. Baseball.
I congratulated him for going to the Hall of Fame, so he sent me that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And I laugh at stuff like this. Yeah, like stuff hanging up on my walls I did with Special Olympics and stuff, and yet buried in a box. I'll tell you about a military guy. Yeah, there's a lot of my medals and stuff just tossed in a box underneath this stuff.
You got to get a shadow box for those.
No, I will never be that vain. But most of my medals are actually buried in different places. So. Most of my original medals are buried in a grave up in Michigan, and then one in Marion, Indiana. So I had a friend die in a car wreck. Yeah, we went to be his pallbearers and dress blues, and the family wanted him buried with full military honors and buried in uniform, but they wanted to keep his original medals. So we did the service with him with his original medals. And then the family took his original medals, and we picked ours apart, and I put 4 or 5 of mine in with him.
Oh, wow.
And I put one in with my uncle so the family could keep the original medals. And I mailed my good conduct medal up to Canada to a buddy of mine for being a good human being, because he was so amazed by it. And I was like, man, you've been a good human being. here's my gift to you. So
Give him a good cookie.
I gave him a good cookie. So I'm not a big fan of my own medals and stuff. So I did stuff. I kept my nose clean. I got shot at. I got some medals. Big deal.
I don't even know where mine are. I know I have them. I don't know where they are.
You Army or Marines? You called it good
Marine.
cookie. Yes, you are a Marine too.
Yes, sir.
No shit. Let me try and gauge the age here. You look about 10 years younger than me. You in your mid 40s?
My early 40s.
Early 40s. All right. You got the draw and everything, so you were East Coast by choice, I'm assuming.
No.
Really?
Not by choice. I was East Coast, but I was not by choice. It's just where I was.
So yeah, I kicked up dirt at Lejeune. I don't think you were a tanker or artillery, so it was either grunt or some kind of work like it would kind of would. Were you air? You weren't air.
Yeah, I was attached to the air wing.
I
know. I was swinging with the wing, man.
You look too gruff to be air wing.
No, I was supposed to be a linguist, and then I got reclassed to a drafter and surveyor.
Oh, what fun.
What's that?
I said, oh, what fun. That'd be fun.
It took me places.
Yeah.
I was attached to the air wing because we had to cert the flight lines before they could be used and the arrestment gear for the planes.
So were you at Cherry Point most of your time, or?
Nope. I spent my time at I thought you were talking about boot camp when you said East Coast. I went I went through boot on the East Coast, and I was out in Cali for 2 years for linguist school, then to Fort Lost in the Woods for 6 months. Then I went to Japan, and I was out in Cooney.
You at Iwakuni? Huh. And they pulled you off linguistic? Well, granted, the timeline, if you'd have been there in the 80s, they would have pushed you in deeper.
Yeah. But it's all good. I was mad about it at first when it first happened, but man, I got to go over to Japan, which was my last choice. I wanted to go to the East Coast. I wanted to go to Lejeune, and they sent me to Iwakuni.
I graduated tops in my artillery class. I got to choose from Hawaii, Japan, Cali, or Lejeune. I said, I want to go to the best unit there is. And they said, the best unit's in the shithole in Lejeune. I said, well, then give me that. And they're like, that's where we're throwing people. You're tops of the class. You can go to Hawaii. I don't want to go to fucking Hawaii. Excuse me. The Marines coming out of me again. Pardon my French. But they thought I was nuts. And I went to Lejeune. I went to Fox Battery from 88 to 92. Well, detached most of that, but
yeah,
neither here nor there. But yeah, I'm an old gun bunny jarhead. So, and you can imagine you recognized a few of those things I was tossing up there. I got a couple.
Oh, I saw them. Yeah, I saw the medals, man. I knew right away. It was just like
humanitarian service medals. I was in the first round of people that actually got our Southeast Asia service medals.
Really? Okay.
The Gulf War, the ones that had the gold leaf around them. We actually got those. Mine's buried in Michigan. I didn't care. They're worth like $1,000. It's like, I don't care.
Really?
In Michigan. So, the cookie cutter ones now that you can go have them made new. So, the Gulf War stuff. So, the other dumb question is, you said you was at Iwakuni. You didn't go get shot at somewhere, did you?
I was in Afghanistan for 7 months.
Excuse my French. I am so sorry you had to go there. It makes me feel like crap. They parked us 1.5 miles outside of Baghdad, said, we're done over here. It's all political. Go home. And every kid that had to go over there after that just made me nuts. It's like, why do they keep sending kids over here? Why? They had 500,000 of us over there moving to restabilize the region, and went, nah, go home. I don't have to explain anything Marine to you. You understand how stupid the crap is. I could hit you with a story about, hey, they'd send us on live patrols. I'm armed to the teeth. This is me just spitting blood. And then when we came across the live patrol, they had sent us out because they didn't want an international incident. They sent us out with no mags, nothing.
Big
Wouldn't
green
came
meanie
across
strikes
the
again.
Oh my God. Here's a funny laugh for you. Here, you guys want to have a military laugh? I'll show you a military laugh. So here, I'm armed to the teeth, and it's sitting down beside me while I'm grabbing a cigarette. My buddy grabs out a camera out of his little cigarette holder thing. I am armed
That's
to
the
the
last
teeth.
thing I want is
And
somebody
we
taking.
don't see anybody. Nothing happens here. Nothing was happening, even though these were live patrols. Nothing was happening. 2 days later, they put us out on another live patrol outside the gates of this perimeter of this place. 13 of us. And the only guy they gave bullets to was the 13 in the pistol of our stupid ass corporal running the thing, who's an idiot who didn't even need to be in charge of any kind of people or weapons. And then we don't have anything, and we come across the squadron of over 200 people armed to the teeth of AK-47s and 87s. And I'm sitting in the bushes trying not to piss, thinking, I want my mommy. These idiots sent me out here. I can't stand up and go pew, pew, pew. And 2 days before, I'm armed to the frickin' teeth and just mad, just chewing gristle right there.
Yeah.
And we don't see anybody, and they send us out on a live patrol. It's like, yeah, we have no, I'm sorry, I'm rambling, but yeah,
That's all right.
that's me at 22 years old. So you recognize that outfit. Then when we flew into Korea to landed in the rice paddies, and then went in and then had to clean up when they demolished the Olympic grounds at Seoul after the Olympics. So, and stuff and other stupid annoying things because they went, hey, you go here. No, now you go here. Nope, now you go here. But I went Vector Golf by choice, never spent more than 3 weeks in one place. We put Brian to sleep. Sorry, Brian. The whole Marine
No. I was never military. My father-in-law is a Marine. My dad was Navy. He was in the Seabees. He was actually in Camp Lejeune as a Seabee. He went down there to do some work to help, build some stuff down there. But he, as a kid, he brought me home a law, the little rocket launcher.
An empty law.
Yeah, so empty. It was
I
obviously
thought
empty.
you were saying he brought me home a law rocket. I was like, oh, Jesus.
But I ran
Here,
around the
little
neighborhood shooting bottle rockets out of it. So that's my story.
Yes.
There you go.
Snap it open, the little scope would pop up, and I would shoot bottle rockets at my friends with the empty case of the law rocket.
There you go. That is quite cool.
Nice.
I shot a real law rocket, but
well, my dad did too. They were like target practicing, and so he shot it, and then he brought the empty one home for me to run around the neighborhood with.
Yeah, all those things do is get destroyed anyway. So
right.
As long as
he told me the story,
as long as he destroyed it after you were done playing with it, no foul.
Yeah, but after you do that now, you'll go to jail.
Yeah. I didn't ask any questions on how he got it home.
There's a picture with some of the old bullets I used to play with.
Yeah, that's a bullet. That's a little bit more than a bullet.
Yeah.
That's a 120-pound WP bullet. There's a 105-pound HE bullet behind me there. And this is in Cuba. And right behind me there is communist Cuba. So when Noriega got pushed and we got forward deployed, we sat in Cuba and went along the fence line and said, if Noriega lands here, we're coming to get him. But he didn't, so we didn't. And they reeled us in a bunch of beer in a tuna boat and said, get drunk, have fun. So, can't tell those stories either because, once people start going, what's a tuna boat?
Yeah. Brian, are you staying on through the game, or?
I think we're gonna wrap it up, right? We'll go catch the game, but Kyle. I appreciate you jumping on and giving us a little
man.
history.
A lot of cool stuff.
It was fun. Comic Viking, I have no idea if I'm subscribed to you or not, but I'm going to make it a point to be if I'm not. So
it's Alan Comics and Collectibles.
Yeah, his link is down below in the description. You can find
cool.
it.
Yeah, and if you thought that was cool, that's the very tip of the iceberg.
Okay.
That's the cool stuff. I got stuff.
I'm trying to think where you were on. Was it Comic Journeys channel recently? I saw you showing off a bunch of stuff. Or
I've been on with Tylox recently.
Yeah,
I do
Tylox.
a lot of
Okay,
stuff.
maybe that's what
I do a lot of stuff with. I did stuff with Tyler Winder and stuff with Gray Man over in the UK.
Yeah.
So I'm just a social butterfly. So, but I'm sorry, me and Comic Viking kind of took it over there. Just
no, I don't mind it at all.
Story, so. That's a good
one.
I still don't get it. I still don't see the gruffness in you being in the air wing. I would have never pegged that. So,
I mean, I wasn't in an air wing MOS. I just was attached to the air wing.
Yeah.
Oh, I took advantage of it.
One more dumb question before we go away here. You kicked up there in Afghanistan. You get shot at.
Oh, yeah.
God damn it. I'm sorry. I'll spend a lifetime apologizing for any
I'm
you
still here.
got shot at.
I'm still here.
I hate that. I hate that you kids had to go over there for that. I hate that.
That's
hate it to my bones. Like
it's
that shit. You guys should have never had to go over there. Never.
Well,
but you still got 10 fingers, 10 toes, and all that in all your brain. Good. That makes me feel good. Problem is, I bet a half a dozen people that don't, and that crushes me. That crushes me.
Yeah.
I got a couple of piddly scars. I keep wanting to use dirty words, but I'll just keep playing. But I got scratches and boo-boos, I go nuts thinking about guys that got more than a scratch and a boo-boo in places I could have cleaned up 20 years before they were there.
Yeah. It is what it is, man.
Well,
you keep thinking about it too much and you're just going to drive yourself crazy.
It just makes me mad.
Well,
just makes me mad. Now I'm broke down with a couple kinds of cancer and I still want to, don't put a kid over there. Stick my old ass over there. If I die, I die. BFG, Keep these kids at home. So, sorry, I keep starting to cuss again. So, well, Semper Fi.
All right,
All
guys, we're gonna wrap up. Thanks for jumping out, Kyle. Thanks for chatting with us.
All right. See
Enjoy
you guys
the football
later.
game tonight.
Later.
We'll see you guys next week.
All right.
We're gonna leave you with a Rosko clip.
You traded
the Tyreek
the fastest,
the cheetah,
the fastest skill player in the NFL. In the NFL, done, no said. In the NFL, you traded him for a number 2.
I had to. Well, Keenan Allen is getting old.
I mean,
I think Waddle is going to have a better fantasy season than Tyreek Hill is.
I'll tell you what. How about you say Waddle's going to have a better fantasy season than Tyreek Hill? You're saying it right here. I have a wager for you. I will put next year's first-round pick on the line.
Okay. I'll take it with you.
Done.
That's huge. That's awesome. All right. Remember this. Everybody in the chat, write that down.
Tyreek Hill will have a better fantasy season than Waddle.
Oh, my